Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yo, what's up, Lakers fans? Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast at Tiffany's. Real talk here. Last game exposed a ton about where this team is right now, and I know I went hard on it last episode. But the response kinda said it all. Fans are saying the same things, leaving smart comments, and honestly, it feels like the pleasure is finally landing exactly where it needs to. And while we are talking about adjustments, this is where it gets interesting. JJ Redick isn't ignoring the defense anymore. He straight up said the quiet part loudly. If our defense continues to struggle, Jarred Vanderbilt will get his opportunities. Yo. Lakers fan, we did a great job. I genuinely believe JJ is tuning in to this plot. So yeah, Austin is going to be out for a few games with a mild left calf strain, which opens up minutes. And Vando, who's been a coach DMP for like 10 straight games, is already expected to play tomorrow. Let's get into it. So, the Lakers just announced Austin Reaves has a mild left calf strain. He'll be re-evaluated in about a week. The team is calling it mild, but around the league, when NBA players deal with this type of calf issue, it usually ends up being a 2 or 3 or 4. I would say safely a 2 to 4 week absence. So here I just wish him rest up and get well soon. We definitely need Austin Reaves on the roster so bad. Okay, with that being said, what we have been watching from this Lakers team lately has actually been fun. They have been really good offensively, and Austin has been doing incredible things. He really put on a show. There are definitely a lot of concerns about this team and about Austin himself, but the fact is that if all you do is just sit there and say, see, that's a reality. He is not that good. He is not an all-star. This is terrible. He can't bowl. For me, this just a miserable way to watch basketball, in my opinion. Basketball is supposed to be fun, supposed to be an exciting sports to all of us basketball fans. I love Austin. He's my guy. I've been watching him since day one. He's been carrying a huge load this season, especially during the stretches with Luka, LeBron, and Marcus being in and out of the lineup. He's been holding the team a lot on his back. So now, with him silent, it's on the rest of the squad to carry the same responsibility in his absence. Austin has been playing at an all-star level this season. It's fair to say that. He's averaged 27.8 points, 6.7 assists, and 5.6 rebounds, all career highs, while shooting 50.3 from the field, 36.9 from 3, and 87.5 from the line. And he also goes to the line a lot, like 6 attempts per game. That's pretty cool. That's what exactly the Lakers team expect him to do this season. I remember I said in the off season before. So yeah. Okay. But the fact is that the last two games were rough, I know. Against the Spurs and the Sixers, his production dipped. He scored 15 and 11 points, respectively, and his shooting fell to 37.5 and 18.8. That happens at some time for any kind of players. I would say even Shea, Kyrie, Kevin Durant did have that kind of off night. So it's totally fine for being a player, for being a human. There must be up and down. That's the reality. I've seen the comments start rolling it again. And the playoff talk from last year just keeps pops out. The Trent Austin noise popping back again, like always. Yes, there are issues with him and with the whole team. But if you are only looking at what happened last postseason and completely ignoring how much he's grown and how many skills he's added, I honestly feel bad for you. He has made real improvements offensively and defensively with silly impacts. So let's be fair and look at the numbers. When Austin is on the floor, the Lakers have a 118.5 offensive ratings and a 113.5 defensive rating. When he's off the floor, the offense drops to 112.9 and the defense slides to 118.4. For context, the team overall stays at 118 offensively and 116.7 defensively. And what even worse is that the last 5 games was a total disaster. Our defense rating is a terrible 123.7. Okay, so what that tells you is simple. The Lakers actually defend better when Austin is on the court. Among the starting five, his on-court defensive impact has been the best. I'm not saying he's a lockdown defender, but at some point in the right matchups, he's doing more than fine. Well, I'm still saying when Austin goes up against elite athletes, he can struggle. And that's why the criticism never really disappears. Look at the last 2 games, for example. He was asked to deal with the Aaron Fox and Tyrese Maxey. Just keeping up with those guys is exhausting. Add the offensive responsibilities on top of that, and that's a massive load for one player. When you really break it down, a lot of Austin's defensive issues come down to his body. And he definitely knows that. So that's why he's intentionally add weight and muscle during the off season, trying to handle the physicality better for the playoff season. And honestly, I feel like strength and physicality is something you can be improved through training and game plans. If the issue were bad instincts, poor positioning, or missed rotations. That would be much harder to fix. So yeah, he's totally fine. Just rest up and we'll see what we can do. And at minimum, he's likely going out for the next 3 games. That opens the door for some real rotation change. JJ might slide Marcus Smart into the starting lineup, and Vando should finally get some real minutes. This stretch is going to tell us a lot about what JJ is willing to try and how flexible he's willing to be. Just see what he's cooking right now. And yeah, after the last game, I was pretty harsh on JJ on the last part. Not personal, nothing emotional. It's just a fan being frustrated because I genuinely want this team to work out badly. You can't come out and publicly acknowledge that the defense is struggling. Say you see the problem. Say you know what teams are attacking. And then keep rolling out the exact same answers. That's not the rule. At some point, you have to try something. Not a fix, not a saver, just a tweak. And that's what brings us to next one. Because for the first time in a while, it actually feels like we got a response. And it looks like JJ is starting to do that. He didn't dodge the conversation. He said it yesterday after practice to Dave from ESPN. This is my job. I'm not gonna just say, oh, we are not going to be a good defensive team. No, we are gonna scrap and claw and do everything we can to turn us into a good defensive team. Marcus Smart said as well after the team meeting. What he says is that it reports us a lot, which we already knew. Come on, we already knew. I like the term. And here he goes on. The scouting report against us is we are not guarding people. And if we want to be great in this league and do what we are trying to do, you have to be able to guard. That's the DPOY mentality. Here we go. And then JJ gave the people exactly what they have been asking for. If our defense continues to struggle, Jarred Vanderbilt will get his opportunities. That matters right now. JJ can stick to his guns and hope the starters magically figure it out defensively, but outside of that, he doesn't have many cards left to play. That's where Vando comes back into the conversation. In his word. I mean, I get JJ's concern. He wants shooting, spacing, and 5 guys on the floor who are offensive threats. Playing a one-way player is risky. I totally understand, especially in today's NBA, where coaches hunt mismatch. But sometimes I feel like JJ amplifies Vando's weakness so much. So just take the Spurs team, for example. Without Wemby, it was full of athletic guards and wings who both like fast as hell. And look at who Austin, Luka, and even Louis were forced to guard. It made no sense. So, yeah, I'm not saying Vando is a magic solution. He will not suddenly turn the Lakers into a top 5 defense. But his value is simple, just defense. He brings point of attack pressure, activity, transition disruption, and someone who can at least make guards work before they get downhill. And right now, the Lakers desperately need that. The numbers tell a story. The Lakers' defense rating sit at 116.7, 21st in the league. Jeez, that's harsh. Okay, and Vando's individual defense rating is 111.3. When he's on the floor, opponents go at 110.6. The moment he sees, that jumps to 118.3. Okay, cool. At 6'9", with a 7'1" wingspan, he makes life harder on ball, off ball, in help, and fighting through screens. His positioning, instincts, and ability to disrupt passing lanes are real NBA skills. That's why he's still in the league, even if he offers nothing as a scorer, right? So on the other side, the harsh reality is that his offense hasn't developed enough. It's wild to say 7 years in the league, he still doesn't have a reliable jumper. And he shot 28.6 from 3 this season. Last year, JJ didn't fully trust him, we already saw, averaging just like 6 minutes per game. And also considering his injury history. So, yeah, they have been extremely cautious about his minutes. The reason why he's on the team just made more sense because Eddie was there. Eddie could take care of the offense and cover for Vando offensively. That allowed Vando to focus on what he does best, just guarding the perimeter and applying the pressure. I love the defensive duo he and DFS was there. It was a huge part of Lakers' foundation. But now with Luka being the primary guy on the team, it's totally a different story. Spacing is everything at this point. Luka loves pick and rolls, drags centers out, house mismatch. With Vando on the floor, it's going to be an awkward situation. Let the defense shrink instead of stretch. The offense can feel like 4-on-5. A brutal trade-off, no matter how good the defense is. So, in many ways, I would say Vando is one of the sacrifice of the Luka trade, just like Delton Connect. So he still got 12 million guaranteed contract next season. The real question is, how do the Lakers handle him? Now, Vando hasn't played meaningful minutes since November 15 against Milwaukee. 7 minutes, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And after that game, LeBron returned. Vando was almost gone from the rotation. The only reason we saw him briefly against Philly was due to Laravia's injury. And even that was chaotic. Through it all, Vando has been professional. He say, I'm good, just try my best to support the team. The bigger picture is rough. The last 5 games were a nightmare, is what I say. 2-3, with wins against Toronto and Philly. Lost to Suns, Celtics, and the Spurs. Defense rating over last stretch was 123.7. These are not bad teams. They are all 500% up. Playoff squads. So the honeymoon schedule is over. This is real basketball now. Next week we have Suns, Jazz, Clippers on the road. If the Lakers want to be taken seriously as contenders, something has to shift, and defense is where it starts. And yeah, I saw that practice clip too. Vando in the corner working on threes. JJ sitting curside watching. Man, what the hell is that? I still don't love the idea to let him shoot from the arc, but here we go. With Austin out, this is cleanest window JJ is going to get to test him without feeling forced. No politics, no light up ego, just minutes that need to be filled. So yeah, I'm watching closely. If Vando really gets even like 10 to 15 minutes, that means JJ really takes our comments, our talks personally, not just talking. Yeah, and that's the whole point. Alright. Let me know what you think in the comments. Another game against the Suns tomorrow. I do not want another Dillon Brooks show again, buddy. So yeah, see you guys then. Enjoy the beautiful night. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Alright? You all have a great day, have a great night. This is Breakfast at Tiffany's. See ya!